The banking secret that cost me thousands, and is quietly eroding your wealth right now, is the insidious truth about where you keep your emergency fund, your savings, or any substantial chunk of cash you think is safe. It's not just about what you save, but the critical difference in where you let it sit, an oversight that costs average people a fortune every single year. For years, I prided myself on being responsible. I had a stable job, paid my bills on time, and, most importantly, I maintained a robust emergency fund. 6 months of living expenses, tucked away in a well-known, reputable bank. I slept soundly, believing I was smart, prepared for anything life threw my way. I felt a quiet satisfaction every time I saw that balance. But what I didn't see, what the bank certainly never highlighted, was the gaping hole being torn in my financial safety net from the inside. That money, that hard-earned security blanket, was bleeding value day after day, week after week. It wasn't a sudden, dramatic loss like a bad investment. This was far more cunning, a slow, silent drain that you barely notice until it's too late. The culprit? Inflation, coupled with the pitiful interest rates offered by traditional savings accounts. While I was earning maybe 0.05% interest, barely enough to buy a cup of coffee at the end of the year, inflation was gnawing away at 2%, 3%, sometimes even higher. Do you grasp what that means? For every $10,000 I had diligently saved, I was effectively losing $200 to $300 in purchasing power every single year. The bank, meanwhile, was taking my money, lending it out, and making a killing. They profit from your money sitting still, while you get next to nothing. It's a system designed to benefit them, not you. My moment of awakening came during a casual lunch with an old college friend, now a financial advisor. I was boasting about my solid emergency fund, and he just looked at me, a polite but slightly pained expression on his face. He asked me, "What's your effective return on that money?" I confidently quoted the pathetic 0.05%. He then pulled out his phone, showed me the current inflation rate, and a simple calculation. The numbers hit me like a cold splash of water. The thousands I thought I had saved weren't growing, they were shrinking. The supposed safety was an illusion, a slow-motion robbery. The bank wasn't protecting my money, it was participating in its erosion. And they never, ever, send you a statement saying, "By the way, you just lost $250 to inflation this quarter." Why would they? Think about it. I kept 5 figures in that account for years. Let's conservatively say an average of $15,000 over a decade, losing just 2% net purchasing power annually. That's $300 a year, multiplied by 10. $3,000. $3,000 that vanished not because of a bad investment, not because of some market crash, but because I was ignorant of a basic financial principle. What could $3,000 have done for me? A substantial chunk of a down payment, a significant investment in a skill, or even just a fantastic trip to make memories. Instead, it was simply gone, absorbed by the economic currents I failed to navigate. So, what's the alternative? It's not about taking huge risks. It's about being smarter than the default. The wealthy don't keep their liquid cash in these kinds of accounts for a reason. There are readily available, insured options like high-yield savings accounts, money market accounts, or even short-term certificates of deposit and treasury bills. These aren't exotic investments for Wall Street sharks. They are accessible tools that can offer returns significantly closer to, or even above, the rate of inflation. They let your money work for you, rather than letting it just sit there working for the bank. It takes a few minutes of research, a few clicks, to move your money to an account that respects its value. Why would anyone settle for less? Now, my emergency fund isn't just sitting idle, it's actively fighting inflation. That slight shift in where I store my capital has completely changed my financial outlook and given me genuine peace of mind, not just the false sense of security a traditional savings account once offered. Don't make my mistake. Take 5 minutes, right now, to look at your savings account interest rate and compare it to current inflation. You might be horrified by what you discover, but that horror is the first step toward reclaiming thousands of your own dollars.